What's going on, everybody? My name is Matsuki and welcome to the start of the rebuild series on this channel. The main goal of this series will be to take over a club for 10 seasons and accumulate as many trophies as possible over that time period. The first club we're going with is none other than Napoli, a fantastic historic club. Last season they came up just short of getting their hands on the Serie A title. They finished in third. I'm going to look to turn Napoli into a modern day dynasty, and we'll see after the 10 seasons just how many trophies we picked up. So to start, they have a pretty decent squad, some very exciting players, Victor Osimhen, Koulibaly, just to name a few. Definitely some nice pieces to work with. One rule I'm going to have for this series, just to make it a little bit more difficult, is that I could only make 2 signings per season. I'm going to give Merritt a chance for this first season. Let's see if he can have some growth for us. He's only 24 years old, so that's pretty young for a goalkeeper. But if I could bring in another left back and center back to strengthen that back line, I think that would really give the squad a big boost overall. The first player I'm going to look to bring in is Alejandro Grimaldo from Benfica. He has a release clause of £66.4 million. Let's see if we can strike a deal for a little bit less than that. £40 million for the left back. They want 47.2. Let's take it down a little bit. 42.5. What do you have to say about that? They still really want their 47 million. My final offer will be 45. Will they accept? No, they're very strict on their price, and you know what? That's fine by me. 47.2 million pounds for Grimaldo. He's going to slide right into the squad. Very solid player in our first signing of this Napoli rebuild. The next player I'm going to look to sign is Gvardiol from Leipzig, one of the most talented young center backs in the world of football right now. He's got great potential. He's already a 79 overall, so that's already a higher rating than what we had previously. I think he'll be a great partner alongside Koulibaly. He can be with us for the duration of this entire rebuild, only being 19 years old. So Leipzig, what do you have to say? 40 million pound offer for Gvardiol. Are you going to accept that deal? They want 48.5. I think that's a great deal. He's a great young center back. So there you have it. Our 2 signings for season 1. We strengthened our back line very nicely. Double G's coming in, Gvardiol and Grimaldo. They've got some room to grow. So I'm excited to see how they do here at Napoli. Overall, I think this squad is very solid. And I would go as even far to say that we should be challenging for the Serie A this season. So let's see if these 2 players will be enough to get us over the line and secure that Serie A title. Just got an offer here for Insigne from Manchester United. I know he's leaving Napoli after this season, so we're going to hold on to him for 1 year at least. He's our captain, our star player. So I'm going to keep him for this first season. Let's see what he can do for us. No thank you, Manchester United. Got an offer as well for Dries Mertens. I know he's 34 years old. His contract is expiring after this season. So again, we're going to let him play for this season here. See what he can do for us. At 84 overall, he still is a valuable player to the squad. That's going to be one player we're going to look to replace in the next season. But for now, he's staying at Napoli. So here we go. Here comes our first shot of winning a trophy this season. It's the Coppa Italia final. We're up against Milan. You know, I want to get my hands on this, start this first season off right. So let's jump into the quick sim and see if the boys can pick up the Coppa Italia. Quick sim, and we win 2-1. So there we go. We get our hands on the Coppa Italia trophy, our first trophy of the Napoli rebuild. Taking a look at the Europa League though, we were able to beat Lazio in the round of 16, advancing 4-3 on aggregate. In the quarterfinals though, we come up short and we lose to Lyon 5-3 on aggregate. So that's no Europa League title for Napoli as well. So it's just a 1 trophy, the Coppa Italia after season 1, but it's still a trophy. It still counts. We move on to season 2. So we're now officially in season 2. This is how the squad is looking. It looks like Almas had some nice growth last season as well. He's up to an 82 now, playing at Cam. So you know what? He's only 22 years old. We might keep him for this season and see how he does there. And the 2 signings that I'll be looking to make this season are a new right winger. Lozano, he's getting a bit older now. He's 26, 82 overall, so we can look to bring in a solid player there. As far as the budget goes, we have 122 million pounds to work with. So that's a very nice increase. We can definitely sign some solid players for that money. So the right wing replacement I'm going to look to bring in is none other than Rafinha. He's in the prime of his career right now. He's going to cost us a little bit, but we have the transfer budget to make it work. I'm going to start off with a 65 million pound offer with a 15% sell-on clause. Let's see what Leeds United have to say about that. They want 81 million. So that's fair. They want a little bit more. Let's drop it down to 70. Will 70 million work? No, they really want that 81 million. My last offer here before I fold to the 81 million, I'm going to go with 75 million pounds. That should be enough. Come on, Leeds. They want 78. So you know what? That's a little bit less than what they originally said. I'm going to go ahead and accept that deal. as we look to bring in Rafinha to Napoli. And we receive a big transfer offer here from Liverpool for Insigne. He's 31 years old. He's approaching the last year of his contract right now, so maybe this is a deal I look to make happen. We'll keep Merritt in goal for now, and then we'll bring in a replacement left winger. So let's see if we can make a nice deal happen here. I'm going to start off with £100 million for Lorenzo Insigne. Liverpool, what do you have to say about that? And they shut it down. So it looks like that's not happening anytime soon. Another offer coming in for Lorenzo Insigne. This time it's RB Leipzig. Let's see if they'll be willing to negotiate for 100 million. I know I got a little greedy there, but I think we get some big money for him. Otherwise, I'd like to keep him at the club. So here we go. The same deal as we gave Liverpool. £100 million for Lorenzo Insigne. They say 77. I'd be willing to accept 95. What do they have to say about that? And they accept the deal. So Lorenzo Insigne is going to Leipzig for 95 million pounds. Looks like we have to bring in a new left winger. And the left winger that I'm going to bring in to replace Insigne is Federico Chiesa. He was on loan at Juventus last season, so he returned to Fiorentina. So we have a chance to buy him for this season. He's an 86 overall, just like Insigne, and he's 24 years old, so he's got plenty of room to grow. I'm really excited about this player right here. This young man is the future of Italian football. Let's see if Fiorentina will be willing to give him up for 100 million pounds. They want 138. That's definitely something we could work with. Let's try to drop that down to 115. Come on, meet us in the middle. And they say yes. So Federico Chiesa is going to be coming into Napoli for 115 million pounds. So there we go. This is the squad for season 2. I think we're looking very solid. We have some very exciting young players in there. Obviously, Elmas is at an 82 right now, but I think if he has a chance to play, he will definitely grow. He has good stats for that camp position, so we'll monitor his progress this season. Other than that, our transfer business is done. Rafinha and Chiesa are the 2 signings coming in, and we're going to start things off right here with the Supercoppa Italia. That's another trophy potentially that we can get our hands on right at the start of the season. So here we go. Time for a quick sim. And we end up winning 3-1 against Lazio, the former Serie A title winners. That's another trophy. That makes it 2 for our career so far. I'm expecting big things from Napoli this season. That's right. We're in the Champions League final in season 2 up against Chelsea. So domestically, we were unlucky, unable to really get any trophies there besides the Supercoppa Italia at the start of the season. Very disappointing in that regards, but it could all be redeemed if we get our hands on the Champions League trophy this season. So let's see. Time for a quick sim. Are we going to be able to win this one here? What's going to happen? And we win 3-2. Bang! The Champions League trophy is secured in season 2. I would have loved to have better luck domestically, but I will gladly take a Champions League trophy at the end of it. So there we go. 2 trophies this season. Looking at the stats, Federico Chiesa actually finished as a top goal scorer. What a signing he was. 29 goals and 14 assists, so I believe he's a top assist man as well. Victor Osimhen comes in second with 25 goals. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the squad. A lot of growth, a lot of potential. And let's move on to season 3. So here it is, season 3. Time to make a couple more signings. The squad overall is looking very solid, so it's going to be difficult to choose a position that we need to strengthen in. I think one that stands out is that midfield position. I think Zielinski's time at Napoli has come to an end. We can look to bring in a better player there. And then if I would have to choose, I'd say Di Lorenzo at right back. He's also an 83. He's 29 years old, so we can look to bring in another player there. I'm going to give Merritt another shot. He's been growing by a couple overall every season. He's at 83 right now. The first signing I'm going to make is Vitinha from Porto. 23 years old, 84 overall, so he's definitely got room to grow. He's going to be with us for a while. He's actually approaching his last year of his contract, so we can get him for exactly his value, which is a steal for a player of that overall in age. So let's not waste any time and bring him in to Napoli. He's going to be our midfielder for the future. Let's see if we could actually get a little bit of a bargain deal. I know he's approaching the end of his contract. Would they be willing to accept 45.5? They want 52 right on the dot. So you know what? I'm not going to get greedy. I'm just going to give Porto the money. And there we go. Time to negotiate a contract for Vitinha. So let's go. We only want some important first team player. 5-year contract. That's fine by me. Deny that release clause. No chance I'm letting him go. Remove the bonus. Just, I don't know. I don't like bonuses. And there goes the value. He accepts the contract. Welcome to Napoli, Vitinha, our midfielder for the future. For that right back position, we're going to go with another player who's actually approaching the end of his contract, Pedro Porro from Manchester City. I mean, I think this is an absolute steal as well. All right, Pep, what do you have to say? 50 million plus 15% sell-on clause. He accepts the deal. There we go. Another young talent coming into Napoli, and the future's looking bright. So there it is. There's your Napoli squad going into season 3. Of course, our keeper could be a little bit higher overall, but 83 is still very solid. I think we should be winning the Serie A title this season. So here we go. The season just started, and we already have a chance to win another trophy the UEFA Super Cup this time. We're going up against Real Sociedad. I'm in a quick sim. Hopefully we can get our hands on this trophy. We end up losing 2-1. So no Super Cup for us. Well, I have no idea how this is possible. Season 3 has hands down been the worst season so far. I mean, look at the squad that we have here. The manager rating is down to a 44, nearly got sacked. How is this possible? Everyone is in the mid to high 80s. We have Chiesa who's a 91, and we finish in 4th place. 21 points off of Inter in first. We were knocked out in the Champions League semifinals to Milan, and we were knocked out in the semifinals of the Coppa Italia to Milan as well. So AC Milan nearly costing us our job. Am I gonna even make it past into season 4? Huge disappointment. No trophies for season 3. Hopefully I get another shot in season 4. I have no idea how this is possible. It all comes down to this season, season 4. I think it's fair to say if we don't pick up results early, I'm not going to be the manager of Napoli for much longer. And this episode isn't going 10 seasons, so we need to do absolutely everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen. Once again, I have no idea how we struggled so much in season 3. We didn't even pick up a single trophy. But I think it's time we finally make a change to the goalkeeping position. Alex Merritt's an 84. He grew again a little bit, but we need someone solid in there in order to keep our job. 215 million in the transfer budget for season 4, and I think there's only one player on my mind that I want to bring in, and that one player is Gianluigi Donnarumma. He's gonna take a lot of our transfer budget, but I think we need to bring him back to Italy. I mean, if we don't get trophies with this guy in net, then I don't know, Napoli's just cursed. So here we go, PSG. I'm gonna offer 150 million pounds for Donnarumma. What do they have to say about that? They want 160. Sounds like a deal to me. So Gianluigi Donnarumma is coming back to Italy. He's coming to Napoli, and hopefully he can save our job. So here's a look at the squad in season 4. The only one signing was Donnarumma in goal. I like to give everyone else a chance. The ratings are high. The players are solid. Let's just hope that last season was a fluke, and let's pick up some trophies again. We end up beating Chelsea in the round of 16, 4-2 on aggregate. We beat Leicester 7-2 in the quarterfinals. And in the semifinals, we beat Milan 4-3 on aggregate. So that means that Napoli will once again be playing in the Champions League final, this time against Liverpool. Let's quick sim that and see if we can win our second Champions League trophy. Barely managed to keep my job. In the end, it pays off as we book another ticket to the Champions League final. I think signing Donnarumma was the key. Having a highly rated goalkeeper just gave us the ability to keep the ball out of the net. Bunch of 90 overall rated players as well, so the squad is growing nicely. And let's see if we can win our second Champions League. Time for the quick sim. What's gonna happen here? We win 2-0. It had to go into extra time, but Fabian picks up the 2 goals, and that gives us our second Champions League title. Now that was a much better season. Taking a look at the stats for this year, looks like our goals were evenly distributed amongst the front 3. Rafinha with 28, Osimhen with 27, and Chiesa with 25. As far as the assist leaders go, Elmas had 16, so a wonderful season again. And then Vitinha had 14, excellent growth from him as well. So now that we're officially here in season 5, we're going to look to make some more signings again. Now, unfortunately, I think it's time to move on from Koulibaly. He's 34 years of age. He's starting to decline in overall, so I think it's time to bring in a new, younger center back with more potential to replace him. And I think the other position I would look to replace is Grimaldo. He's been with us for a few seasons now, but he's getting up in age and he seems to be stuck around that 86 overall. So we're going to look to bring in a higher potential left back that can grow in the future. And the center back that I want to bring in to replace Koulibaly with is Alessandro Bastoni. Seems to be in the prime of his career. Italian center back. Let's bring him back to the Serie A. Get another Italian talent into the squad. And let's see if Manchester United will be willing to sell. Start the offer off with 100 million pounds, 15% sell-on clause. What do they have to say about that? They want 110. You know what? That sounds fair to me. Let's make the deal happen. And there we go. Bastoni agreed to the contract. Welcome to Napoli. Grimaldo's contract is expiring in 12 months, so I'm going to put him up on the transfer list. He's 29 now. Just got an offer here for Grimaldo from Atletico Madrid. 58 million pounds. I'm going to accept that. We also got a transfer offer from Koulibaly, which I accepted from Lyon. So we're getting some nice money coming in. Let's see if we can find a solid left back now. And after making all those sales, we have about 260 million pounds in the transfer budget. That means I'm going for one of the best left backs in the world, Alphonso Davies. Let's bring him in from Bayern Munich. He's going to cost a lot, but we have a lot of money. So I'm going to start off with 150 million. And they accept the deal straight away. And there we go. The left back position is set for the future with Alphonso Davies. So there we go. This is the Napoli squad for season 5. I mean, everyone's basically at a 90 overall. That's insane. If we don't go out and win every single trophy possible, then I don't know what's wrong with this game. The squad is looking as good as ever. I also went ahead and signed some random low-rated free agents just so we have enough players in the squad. We have a chance to get our first trophy of the season. Once again, competing in the Supercoppa Italia up against AC Milan. We have a lot of potential trophies upcoming this season. Let's see if we can start this year off right. Quick sim. Are we going to win our first trophy? And we do. We win 2-1. And there we go. The Supercoppa Italia is in our hands. Great way to start the season off, adding another trophy to the cabinet. Next up, we have the UEFA Super Cup against Mönchengladbach. The Champions League winners against Europa League winners. Let's make it 2 trophies on the bounce to start off season 5. Here goes a quick sim. We win 3-0. That's already 2 trophies for season 5. Excellent start and hopefully a sign of things to come. Can we win every single trophy possible in this season? That would be freaking amazing. Taking a look at the Champions League, let's see how we did here in season 5. We finished first in our group with 13 points. Round of 16, we faced Borussia Dortmund, narrowly winning there 4-3 on aggregate. In the quarterfinals, we played Liverpool, once again barely winning, but it was enough. 3-2 on aggregate there. In the semifinals, it was an all-Italian matchup against Inter. We beat them comfortably 3-1 on aggregate. So that means we're going back to the Champions League final once again. Can we go back-to-back in the Champions League as well? This time against Manchester City. So another English opponent. It seems like so far in the 5 seasons, England and Italy have been dominating European football. Let's quick sim this one and try to get our 3rd Champions League in 5 seasons. So here we go. We're up against Manchester City. Our squad is insane. Everyone is basically a 90 overall. I think we've assembled a really nice team here. Can we make it 3 in the Champions League? Or will Manchester City have something to say? So let's quick sim. What's going to happen here? And we win 2-1. Let's go. That's another Champions League for Napoli. 3 Champions League in 5 years. A modern day dynasty in the making. So far, it's been an unreal run. And with a squad like this, how do you not win every single season? Our front 3 is insane. Osimhen, Rafinha, and Chiesa leading the line again. This time, Osimhen had 32 goals. He's at a 91. Rafinha had 30. He's at a 92. And Chiesa had 27. He's at a 93. So those guys are on absolute fire. And Elmas once again in that cam position. Turns out it was a great idea to keep him in the squad, as he's the assist leader for the team and dominating in that cam position. Vitinha as well, he's been on fire. So all the boys involved here. That officially marks it at the halfway point. Our manager rating is a little low, but it doesn't matter. We picked up 4 trophies in total this season. That makes it 9 in total for the rebuild thus far. We have 5 more seasons to go. Let's see how many trophies we can get at the end of this rebuild. Honestly, I have to say, I love how the squad is looking. We have so many solid players in the prime of their career. I think the only real signings I'm going to look to make are just to bring in some backup players, just so that our bench is a little more solid. Time for a quick sim up against Juventus. How's it going to end off here? We end up winning 2-1. No surprise there. Absolute domination. And we face Juventus once again, this time in the UEFA Super Cup. And we lose 3-1. It ends up going into extra time. So after only winning 1 Coppa Italia thus far in the rebuild, we finally find ourselves back in the final. This time against Roma. Can we get another trophy? We do. We win 2-1. We finally get our hands on the Coppa Italia once again. In the round of 16, we played Villarreal and we destroyed them 7-4 on aggregate. But then in the quarterfinal, we end up losing to Bayern Munich 3-2 on aggregate. So the treble eludes us once again. So the player that I want to bring in to replace Fabian is Eduardo Camavinga, and he's got a 151 million pound release clause. So I think I'm going to go ahead and activate that. And there we go. Eduardo Camavinga is officially a Napoli player. Here comes the offer for Fabian. I'm going to go ahead and accept the deal straight up from Liverpool, 104 million pounds. He's in his last year of his contract, so I think it's fair value. We quick sim to a 3-1 victory. Exactly what I was expecting. I mean, our team is just on another level. We're back in the Coppa Italia final, this time against Cagliari. We're basically 90s across the board, except for Porro, who's still at an 89. Coppa Italia final against Cagliari. We're going to quick sim, and we win 2-0. There we go. Against Manchester City again in the Champions League final. We've had some pretty decent success so far in this tournament. We go for the quick sim, and we win a narrow 1-0 victory. Victor Osimhen picks up the goal in the 46th minute, and that's another Champions League trophy. This is the Napoli squad going into Season 8. Still waiting for Porro to get up to 90 so I could say I have a fully 90 rated squad. Let's get started with Season 8. Quick sim and we win 2-1. Alphonso Davies and Victor Osimhen are the ones picking up the goals. That's Season 8 wrapped up, and once again, Milan beat us to the title. We come in second place for a second year in a row, losing to AC Milan, so we're not able to win the Serie A after winning it 3 years in a row. Coppa Italia, we didn't make that either. In the round of 16, we beat Wolfsburg 5-2 on aggregate, so a comfortable margin of victory there. In the quarterfinals, we beat Leicester 6-3. Semifinals, we beat Manchester City in the semifinals 4-3. That means we face Paris in the final. How did that Champions League final go? Do we get another trophy? And we do. Napoli once again win the UEFA Champions League. So you know what? Domestically, it was a little bit of a disappointing season, but we wrap it up nicely with a Champions League title once again. Season 9 is officially here, the second to last season of this rebuild. Pedro Porro finally cracks into that 90 overall. He's a 91, so I can say we build a fully 90 plus rated team. For Rafinha's replacement, I'm going to go with Ansu Fati. He reached the 90 overall. He's 26 years old, so he's in the prime of his career. I think it's time for a move away from Barcelona. Come win some trophies at Napoli. But you know what? I see that release clause there. We have a lot of money saved up, so I'm going to go ahead, pay that release clause. And there we go. Ansu Fati is officially a Napoli player. Look at that lineup. We're absolutely stacked. Let's see what we can accomplish here in the second to last season of this rebuild. In the round of 16, we beat Manchester City comfortably 5-0 on aggregate there. We beat Atletico in the quarterfinals, but in the final, we lose to PSG. So a rematch from last year, but this time Paris are able to beat us. And this is it. Season 10 is finally here, and here it is, the last match of Season 10, the last match of the Napoli rebuild. We're gonna end it off with another Champions League final. Can we make that 6 Champions League trophies for Napoli? Here's a look at the squad one more time. Let's quick sim this one against Villarreal. Quick sim is going, and we win 1-0. Chiesa gets the only goal of the match, and that's 6 Champions League trophies in 10 seasons for Napoli. If you guys enjoyed the video and are excited for a series like this, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribing for more episodes. But on that note, I'm gonna leave you. It's been Matsky. Thanks for watching, and peace.